So I went camping. Let's give the countdown. So number 5 is definitely Spirit Lake. Spirit Lake in Iowa, just off I-90, is a great spot. It was at Marbles Beach State Recreational Area, and the views were beautiful. Don't miss this spot. Number 5 on my list. So number 4 is, this is a resort. It has a hotel, and it really is a show horse facility. And one of the reasons it has a campground is that when they have events, they have campsites for all of those participating or watching the horse shows. We were there not on a weekend that there was a horse show, but there was a pool. There was this upper part we just saw. Then there's this wide open area where we stayed, overlooking the whole facility, which was a lot of acres. It really was beautiful. We had the place pretty much to ourselves. I'm going to say there were only a few campers there, but I would recommend this highly when there's a horse show. That would be my recommendation. That takes us to number 3. Mount Magazine. Unbelievable. Highest peak in Arkansas. It has a lodge. The campground's at the top of the mountain. And it's like a national park with pull-offs to get all of the different views. Well worth the visit. This really was a number 3. A lot of people don't think of Arkansas as a place to go, but this was a charm. You'd really like it there. Different feel, really nice. Number 2 is Hutchinson State Park in South Carolina is the gem I would not want to tell you about if you like the ocean. Had a little bit of an overcast day, but it was beautiful. If you like the beach, I love the beach. This was a great spot to jump waves. It's not crowded. There's 2 sections of campground areas. There's one on the south and one north of it. There's a nice lodge. There's also a castle to tour, and there's hiking trails. Right here, a lot of people are gathered because there's an alligator right off to the left. But this is the road going in and out of the state park. It was really a nice area. Plan to stay there a few days. That would be my recommendation in the summer if you like the beach. One of the things I found was the campsites itself were really nice. They weren't necessarily full hookups, but you could have electricity and water. You did this boardwalk out to the beach from the campground that was part of the North Campground, and you just walk along this boardwalk which cuts through the dunes, opens up to the entire beach. Just beautiful. That made my number 2 spot, and this almost made number 1. It almost made number 1 just because of how much I like the ocean. So if you're looking for surf and waves, this really is the spot for you. And last on my list, which is number 1, which I've already done a video on in the past, I'll link it. It is Palmer Gulch KOA, Mount Rushmore. Clearly number 1. For a lot of reasons. Here we go. Number 1 is Palmer Gulch KOA, South Dakota. It's on a lot of people's number 1. It was the first time I've ever been there. Everybody knows Mount Rushmore, but Palmer Gulch KOA has all-terrain vehicles, plenty of different types of campsites, plenty of activities to do. Everything from renting bikes, these trikes, renting golf carts, renting the all-terrain vehicles, areas for the kids, climbing, jumping, little water splash parks, and a great pool. Probably could have spent a lot more time there, but it's clearly, if you're looking for things to do, this KOA at Mount Rushmore is the perfect spot to get away from it all. Now, there is no cell service here, but who needs cell service when you have all of these things to do? They have horseback riding, they have all kinds of things that you can do. The list was about as large as any place I had ever seen. So just like many others, this KOA, you can't go wrong by staying here. And you can see the rides that were all set up and the horses in the stalls ready to go. This is definitely the #1 spot that I've hit, not only in 2021, but beyond that. That was #1. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe.